This special edition of Spell Combinations is all about rolling as many dice as possible. So sit down, shut up, and remember not to show mercy to your enemies because dice guys finish last. First up is a little combo that I like to call Swim to Shreds. Featured in our first ever combo video, it combines the spells Spike Growth with Maelstrom. Spike Growth creates a 20-foot radius circle of thorns that creates difficult terrain and deals 2d4 damage for every 5 feet traveled through it. Maelstrom, on the other hand, creates a 30-foot radius of swirling water, and every creature within takes 6d6 bludgeoning damage and is pulled 10 feet towards the center on a failed save. This combo is as simple as it gets. You just place one on top of the other, and boom, you got a combo. If a creature is pulled 10 feet towards the center of the Maelstrom, they take the Maelstrom damage as well as the additional Spike Growth damage. That's 6d6 plus 4d4 damage. It might not be crazy damage, but there is a lot of dice there, and that's kind of the point of this video. But also consider that this combo is a 30-foot radius of swirling death and spiky doom, meaning that it is incredibly effective against a group of enemies. Assuming a creature has average movement speed, there is no way they could escape from this combo, and it would technically take them 2 full turns to physically move out of it without other movement abilities. That means that if a creature spent their entire 2 turns to move out of this combo, then at a minimum they would be taking 12d6 plus 4d4 damage. That is a total of 16 dice rolled, and that's not even considering if they failed saving throws. So if you want to frustrate your DM, make sure your party picks up both of these spells to validate your DM's crippling fear of water. The next combo is arguably the most simple combo on today's list, and yet still the most deadly ever featured, and it comes from our second combo video. This combo is called Divine Wrath and combines Hold Person or Hold Monster with a Paladin's Smite ability. Technically, this combo can work with any Smite ability because realistically there's like, I don't know, 17 of them or something, but the Paladin Smite is the most deadly for one very specific reason, which we'll cover in a minute. Basically, when you hit with an attack, Smite adds an additional number of dice to that damage roll. At level 3, you'll deal an extra 2d8 damage, all the way upwards to a potential 68 depending upon your target and your level. That's pretty strong, but if you throw in Hold Person or Hold Monster, this goes from being strong to arguably overpowered. Hold Person or Hold Monster paralyzes a target with a failed save. And being paralyzed is without a doubt the worst condition you could be afflicted by, specifically in this scenario for a very specific reason. Alongside other effects, paralyzation means that any melee attack that hits that creature will automatically crit, and critical hits in 5e technically double the amount of dice you roll. So conservatively, a low-level paladin with a longsword would deal 3d8 damage with a normal smite. If they're paralyzed with this Divine Wrath combo, that is then doubled to 6d8 at level 3. But I haven't even mentioned why the Paladin Smite is the best for this combo. And that's because the Paladin gets 2 attacks at level 5. They can smite anything when they hit a target, meaning that they could technically get 2 critical smites in 1 turn. 2 level 1 smites from a 5th level paladin is 12d8 damage, not including their modifier. But it gets even better. If you're a higher level and pull out higher level spell slots for this, you can max out at roughly 22d8 damage in 1 turn. So if you've never had a reason to consider a paladin, consider this your reason. Moving on, we have a really cheesy combo from our 3rd spell combo video that I like to call the Kaboom of Cold. This combines the spells Cone of Cold with Conjure Minor Elemental. Firstly, we cast Conjure Minor Elementals, which allows us to summon elementals based upon their CR. For this combo specifically, we're going to conjure some half CR magma methods. This is for 3 specific reasons. Reason 1, they breathe fire. They can exhale a 15-foot cone of fire, dealing 2d6 damage, or half as much on a successful save. So you send your army of angry imps to go ahead, surround your enemy, and then fire breath them within melee range. Since magma methods are immune to fire, they don't need to worry about getting hit by the other methods' fire breath, so the closer the better. With 4 methods, that is 4 dex saving throws, totaling a max of 8d6 damage. Math. And just so you have a reference point here, that's the same amount of dice as a fireball. Reason 2 is they have something called Death Burst. Once a method is reduced to 0 hit points, they explode, dealing 2d6 damage to every creature in 5 feet. So when they die, they deal even more damage. And this happens to be fire damage, which, as you already know, they're immune to. But reason 3 is that magma methods happen to be vulnerable to cold damage. Once the methods are summoned, you then cast Cone of Cold. The point of this combo is to hit both the enemies and your magma methods for their Death Burst ability. To maximize the damage, hold your action until after your method's turn to then Fire Breath beforehand. Since magma methods are vulnerable to cold damage, it is super likely that they all die at once. Hold off properly, the amount of dice rolled here is kinda stupid. You have 8d8 for Cone of Cold, you have 8d6 for Fire Breath, and you have 8d6 for Death Burst, totaling 8d8 plus 16d6. A total of 22 dice rolled in a single turn, which is absolutely bananas. Now this is up for debate, but hey, if you have a cool DM or if you want to just try it, make sure you talk to your DM beforehand. Next up, we have my personal favorite combo, mostly just because of the potential it has, and it was featured in our 6th ever combo video. It's called Twinned Chaos, and it combines Chaos Bolt with the Twin Spell meta magic. Chaos Bolt sends a warbling mass of chaotic energy at a single creature, and no, I am not lying. It literally says a warbling mass of chaotic energy, which is one of the reasons I love this spell. It deals 2d8 plus 1d6 of a random damage type. You choose the damage type based on a table with one of the d8s that you rolled for damage. But if you roll 2 of the same number, then that spell duplicates attacking another creature within 30 feet of the initial target. This could potentially duplicate indefinitely, which is why I like to combine this with the Twin Spell meta magic. Since Chaos Bolt has a built-in duplication method, you effectively double your chance of duplicating the spell by twinning it. This combo only works against 2 or more enemies, as Chaos Bolt specifically states that the target can only hit 1 each casting of the Chaos Bolt. But when you twin the spell, that's technically another cast of the spell, so if you get this effect to happen on the twin effect, you could have the additional energy jump to the same target as your first cast. And that's why I call this Twinned Chaos. For a first level spell, Chaos Bolt deals 2d8 plus 1d6, which is a decent chunk of damage. But considering this can very easily turn into 6d8 plus 3d6, or 8d8 plus 4d6, this combo can very quickly and easily rack up some great early level damage. But this combo is not reliable whatsoever. However, when this combo does work, you can't help but feel like you're cheating the game. So if you want to live life on the edge, you should 100% try out Twinned Chaos, because if nothing else, at least you'll sow some chaos. Now for our final combo, we go back to our 8th combo video we've released with a combo that I called Rending Telekinetics. This is the combination of these spells animate objects with telekinesis. It does require 2 casters like a couple of others on the list, but since animate objects is a favorite amongst veteran D&D players, it's likely you'll have access to the combo regardless. You animate up to 10 objects and each of them can attack, dealing 1d4 plus 4 damage. Multiply that by 10 and wow, that's a lot of damage. The other half of this combo is telekinesis, which allows you to manipulate objects and creatures with your mind. The player makes a contested check with their spellcasting ability mod against the target's strength check, and if the creature loses, then they become restrained, allowing the creature to move them 30 feet wherever they want. So here's the play-by-play of the combo. Step 1, cast telekinesis on a creature and raise them 30 feet up into the air. Step 2, your other caster friend then animates 10 daggers or gold coins or something like that and commands them to attack the restrained creature. The enemy will be restrained, floating 30 feet up in the air, all while being sliced and diced by a bunch of angry currency. And don't forget about the restrained condition. Since telekinesis restrains targets, every attack the animated objects make will be made at advantage. And if you keep them restrained for 2 rounds, you can raise them even higher into the air, maxing out at 60 feet up in the air. And step 3 occurs when they inevitably break out of the telekinesis. They then fall, or plummet, whatever word you want to use, 60 feet down to the ground for a free 6d6 damage. So depending on your rolls, you could deal 20d4 plus 6d6 damage, not including modifiers with this combo, totaling a whopping 26 dice rolled, not including the d20s. And with that, we conclude our special Click Clack Math Rocks edition of spell combos. Now, we've recently had some great success on this channel, and I wanted to give a huge thank you to our patrons and members. We got a big influx with the OGL stuff that happened, and I really appreciate you guys out there, so if you see these guys in the comment section, be sure to give them a thank you. If you want to support the channel, you can become a YouTube member down below, or join our Patreon in the description. Both members and patrons get access to all of our homebrew, our items, our NPCs, and special roles in our Discord. Also, if you have any favorite spells or combos, leave a comment below and let me know. I read every comment, almost always reply, and who knows, I might even feature your comment in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on Friday.